Hey you, this is Intimidating Scones, and I'm just here to give you a little bit of context to Mao's name from my comic Beginning of the End, which is just newly uploaded. Go check it out, Intimidating Scones.com. You know, articulation, it's only sometimes needed. Anywho, so Mao is a card game. It has 3 rules. The first rule is Mao is God. Whatever Mao says goes. The second rule is you can't talk about Mao, basically. You can't talk in or about it. There's no talking in the game. And then the third rule is I can't tell you any more rules. So the point of the game is to literally figure out the rules, and the only way to figure it out is to break them and be penalized for it. So it's both an incredibly frustrating game, but also incredibly satisfying when you do finally get it. Good grief. Okay, got him. And I introduced this game to my friends my freshman year in college. So, of course, I was the only one who knew the rules at first. And so they were getting really frustrated with the whole thing. But it was awesome because they learned and picked it up really quick, and then there was the whole some good old revenge. Good grief. That was painful. That was definitely painful. If I had known that was up there, I would have gotten it with Uber. Anyway. So whenever I would have to penalize my friends because they broke the rules, and you know, you have to do it because they have to learn the rules. That's the whole point of the game. Eventually, they started cussing me out. Just sort of the fun cussing, you know, not really being upset, but one of my friends, every time he'd have to draw a card, would just be like, "You bitch!" But the other people were like, "But that's bitch goddess, because Mao is God." So they kept calling me a goddess as well as a bitch. So, woo! I'm not sure if that was helpful or bad, but here I am. Oof, yeah, that was painful. So, I got this tongue-in-cheek nickname of Bitch Goddess Mao my freshman year. And it actually stuck for a couple of years. And because that was the same year where I created the character that is now known as Mao, well, hence why she's named Mao. Oh dear. Oh, very dear. That was not fun. Actually, that was delightful. What am I talking about? Anyway, so some of the other characters... Oh my god. That was uncool. That was very uncool. The other character, Dea, her whole point in the beginning was that she was a goddess. So I have this bitch goddess Mao, and then Dea, who had this power of resurrection. So, and she was always sentient to the fact that she was in a story without being part of the story. That she was inserting herself into the story. So she was always breaking the fourth wall. And that's really the definition of a god, being cognizant of the fact that that you are not part of this world exactly. being cognizant of the fact that you are a creator. And that's what Dea was doing. She was bringing people back from the dead. So, creating life in a way. Oh, they got him. Never mind. So, yeah, I mean, clearly, if you don't know, Dea is Latin for goddess. So her name is very... God damn it! That was just mean. I'm doing terribly. Very archetypical. I actually hate this level. I hate it with a passion. It's a new level, and it's terrible. But, because it's new, all the servers are set to play it, and you get thrown into servers that play it constantly, so what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna figure out how to play it well eventually. Okay. Ooh, that was... Don't know why he did that. He should have come up behind me. Guess he just had a death wish. I don't trust that you're dead, but maybe you are. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, exactly. So, then the last character is Primus. Oops, didn't mean to call for medic. The button for medic is right next to the button for forward. Now I want a medic. So... Primus is the last character that actually has some interesting stuff going on with her. Where the hell did you come from? She is, again, I think it's pretty common knowledge that Primus is Latin for first. And, her full name was originally Corvus Marinus Primus. Oh, or actually, originally it was Corvus Marinus, which is Latin for cormorant, or more specifically, raven of the sea, which there's Mediterranean cormorants, and they're just called sea ravens, which I think is pretty cool. What are you doing? That is not how a spy do. Oh, fucking hell. Why, dear God? I hate this level with a passion. Yes, it is the level's fault. It's not that they're good players, it's just the level. And they're just going to spawn campus now. Of course they are. Anyway, Primus, the one that is actually in the comic and her birth is described in the comic, is the true Primus. The character that was the technical Secundus, she was actually more known as Corvus Marinus, nicknamed Corvus. She was invented for a game, a role-playing game. And, so she never actually got called. She never got called Secundus. And the other iterations actually eventually got phased out. Clearly they're not going to be called their names, but I thought it was, the number names, but I thought it was really interesting that Tertia, while never being Corvus Marinus Tertius, Tertia is actually another character of mine, and Tertia's name came from what my name would have been if I had been born a Roman. Clearly double bull! How? How did you make that distance in one goddamn Uber? Anyway, Tertia was a character that I named when I was first having fun with Latin. Come on. Yeah! Yeah! That was satisfying. When I was first learning Latin, of course, I wanted to figure out what my name as a Roman would be. And the Romans tended to name their children after either physical something physical about them, physical characteristics such as naming your kid Blondie or Redhead. Rufus is literally redhead. Amanda is lovable girl. Cicero, believe it or not, is chickpea. I don't know why you would name your kid my little chickpea. Let's see. You get the idea. But the Romans eventually also liked to name their kids after numbers, such as Octavian. Oh, ow. Where did that come from? Yeah, of course we did. So I picked for myself, since it seems like the only really identifying quality that I had was that I was the youngest. So I picked Tertia. And Tertia doesn't mean youngest, Tertia means third. So I think it's funny that Primus, while being the character that came from Tertia, that she is, you know, called the first versus Tertia being the third. Anyway, I just thought that was not quite ironic, but odd. Definitely odd. And Ange, I don't remember where his name came from, other than I think it's a corruption of angel. Even though he doesn't have angel wings, he has fairy wings. Not that anybody cares. I like his fairy wings. Yep, that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, I should probably tell you about the final character's name. His name is